Hi, I'm George Edelman with Studio Binder, and today we're going to talk about call sheets. The call sheet is probably the single most important document for your entire production. Why? Because it covers what time you're shooting, where you're shooting, and what you're shooting. This is all critical information if you want to have a smooth day of production. Okay, so we're going to dive right into this call sheet that I've already created for a spec car commercial. We'll just click on it here, and as you can see here, we have a call sheet. Now, there's a lot of things missing, a lot of things we're going to change. So we go up to here, edit call sheet. As you can see right off the bat, you've got two opportunities to upload a logo, maybe for your production company or for your production itself. This is a great place to add a little professional flair, a little branding to what you're doing. Over here, you got a calendar, so you can pick any day you want. Let's start with the Monday, like we had. You can change which day it is in the schedule, but this will be our first day. Down here, we haven't populated our weather details yet. That'll happen when we enter a shooting location. Over here, we're gonna see VIP details. Now, with this, I'd like to edit it because I don't think we need the producer's phone number, and he may not want it on the call sheet. We should have an AD set phone, and it should be clear, so I'm gonna bold it and apply that change. Over here, we have the most important information, the call time. This is the general crew call time. We're gonna go through and get specific with other people's call times, but this one, we can change it, but we want it to be 8 a.m. Down here, we have notes, and we'll put something important that you need everyone to see. You may have something more important than that, but we'll go with that for now. This is a PDF break, so you can create a page break there if you want. So right here, we have the crew call, we have the talent call. We can add other things like lunch. Now it's really nice to be able to do this so quickly because you can just add your lunchtime right there and people will know when we're breaking for lunch. It could be as late as 2, given that we need 6 hours from call time. Depends on your union stuff, of course, but we'll say that it'll be 12. And I think I'm also gonna add, I'm gonna get ambitious here. We're gonna add a wrap time, estimated, so we're not tied to anything. I think we can do this in under a 12-hour day, so we'll say 7. Of course, if you want to give yourself more time, say 8, and maybe you'll wrap early. Everybody will love you. I'm going to go down to our locations, and this is something that's really great about this feature with locations. Say I just want to start entering the name of my location, Phil's Coffee. Well, there it is, because of the Google API. We have Phil's Coffee with the address, and when we go to the finished call sheet, the phone number is going to pop up there too. Parking, I happen to know that right across the street, Santa Monica Public Library, it's good parking, but you have to park on the 3rd floor. And I'm putting that in all caps. I really like to put things in caps or bold them, as you can see as I did up here, just because certain things will pop if you don't want to get lost in the shuffle of everything else. Now, hospital, I would strongly recommend that you do some independent research, not just enter the closest hospital. Make sure it's a 24-hour emergency facility. Here we've got UCLA Medical Center. I know that's a 24-hour emergency facility nearby. It really doesn't help you to list a hospital that may not be open or may not have an emergency facility there because I don't think you have people going in for regular checkups during your shoot. Underneath here, the phone number will also pop up, and we have this other cool feature. You can import a location that you've previously used and saved, like the Santa Monica Pier. And there you go, you got everything there. Well, we don't need that because we're not shooting there on this day, so we'll remove it. Next up, we have a mini schedule, and this is a great thing to have on your call sheet because it's easy to add in here. If you build your call sheets on Excel or in some other programs, it takes a little more work to get a really nice full schedule in. Right here, it's super easy. We've got page numbers, you've got the cast you need, you can change your time, say we think that's gonna be later or earlier or whatever. We can shift things around. Of course, that changes other things. We can also add lunch. And what's lunch gonna be? Well, we don't know, but we know that vegan options will be available, and people like to know things like that. And we're gonna say lunch is at 12, right? We already decided that. And then we'll move it to 12 in our timeline. There you go. Then you have your loadout, your wrap up, and a little special note there. This is all customizable, which is really nice. Next up, we have a section just for clients. So in this case, we're doing a spec commercial. So say we have someone from a car company that we're working with, and we'd like to make them feel special on the call sheet, know they can come anytime. They don't have to be at the crew call. They could be on call. Of course, we can show their details, but we'll probably hide them for this. Steve and Bill. Next up, we have talent. Now with talent, as you can see right now, contact info is visible. We should probably hide that unless it needs to be there, because this goes out to everybody. Maybe in this guy's instance, Jesse's gonna have a special pickup because he needs a ride to set, which happens, say 8:45, well, say 8:30 to be safe. Needs to be on set at that time. I would actually like to put an onset time for almost everybody. And as you can see, it's very easy to do this. And it's a great way to just keep all the information not applicable here for everybody. We'll leave Jesse's contact info, assuming this is okay with him, his reps, because he's getting picked up, so someone might need to call him. Of course, if it's not okay, just as easily remove it. Next up, we have extras and atmosphere. This is a section where you're gonna put in, say, restaurant staff. Say we want 5, we'll have them at 8. Well, they don't need to be there before the patrons, right? 8:30, and we'll wrap them at 9:30. See how easy that is. There we go. And say we decide we don't need them, just remove it. Special instructions. This is a great section to have because you can easily add any department and anything you need. So we're shooting a breakfast scene, so I think we'll want some breakfast food options for our director to choose. Eggs, pancakes, French toast, why not? All those kinds of things. You can add other notes. You can add notes for days. Every department could have a note. Next up, we have an advanced schedule. This is really functional because you can put, just like you have your mini schedule for the day, you can put the entire mini schedule for the next day, so everyone can think ahead to what they're gonna need to do. Of course, if you don't want that, then you can just not have it at all. But it's nice to have the option of adding company moves, meals, how many pages these things are gonna be, all of that gives everybody a sense of what the shoot's gonna be. But we're not gonna do it for this one. Just remove it, just to give you an idea of what's available to you. Next up is the crew section. This is where everyone in the crew is listed with their own specific call time and their contact info. Now, I'm gonna hide the contact info for the director, and I'm gonna say 8:30 is a good time for the director. I'll hide for the producer too. He doesn't need a call time, we'll just have him on call. First AD, everybody else here looks good. You know, one thing I like to do, seems like hair and makeup, an 8 a.m. call when talent isn't called until 9 just doesn't really make sense. I don't think they're gonna need an hour to set up. Of course, if they do, we can have them come at that time. But I would say, with a 9 call, maybe 8:45 is fine. That way, you're not wasting too much time with them. And everyone appreciates if you take the time to give them a specific call time based on their actual job. They feel recognized and valued. You can add some crew. So maybe we want to have our editor and assistant editor on set for this day. Add 2 recipients. And they will appear in a post-production department with call times. Now, they don't really need a call time for the editor, but say we want the assistant editor there at 10 or 9. We start shooting. We can have some contact info, why not? Can continue to add crew. We could put a page break here like we talked about before. And then down here, we have an extra list. This is where you can hide extras. Extras grid will be hidden, or you can show them. Same with their contact details about when we need them, we can add them. And then down here we have a little spot for walkie channels, which is great because your crew is going to want to know what channel everybody's on. Down at the bottom, last but not least, attach files. This would be a great place to attach sides if you want to do that. I think it's a great opportunity to always attach a map of the location. People will have a link to the address of all the information they need, multiple phone numbers, but there's no harm in including a map. What we'll do here is rename it map for fills. Save. There we go. Next thing we can do is preview the call sheet. Just like we saw initially before we started editing, but now with all the information we added, with the links, the phone numbers, like I promised, estimated wrap. Up here we have weather at sunrise and sunset. We didn't have to enter that or look it up. It just came magically. Look at everything else. We had some information. We don't have their contact info. We have our notes. And we have our map. Now here's another really cool thing, very useful. We can check out a mobile view. So when we send out the call sheet, if someone opens it on their mobile device, they're going to see it just like this. Most important info up top, call time, where, when. Got your locations down here with links, with phone numbers. Got your schedule, which is really great. Everyone can have this on their phone all day. Talent, and because we hid contact info, not available there. Special instructions are available. And so when we do have contact info, well, it's just that easy. Email, text, call for anybody who contact info was included for. Also very nice, walkies, attachments, and a PDF. Hop over to the email view, same deal. Now this is really nice. You can confirm receipt of the call sheet via email. We will do a tutorial video on sending, confirming call sheets. There's a lot to look at there and to go into. Here you can see you can view the maps here, which is nice. You get a private note, another thing we can touch on in a separate video. And here it says don't reply with any questions or comments. You just go ahead and email that address. And that's great because that just happens when the email goes out. You don't have to specify that. And then last we have the text view. So here you go, you're gonna get a text that tells you exactly what time you need to be there. No one has any excuse for not getting the call sheet, not knowing the call time. They're gonna get it 100 different ways. Well, not 100, but enough. And then over here, of course, you can make a PDF. This will take a second, and there we are. Really a beautiful, professional looking call sheet. You didn't have to do all the work. You really just had to enter the details. Really nice. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned a little bit more about making call sheets. If there's anything specific you'd like to see us dive into on more detail, please comment below. If you want to see the next video in a series about call sheets, click subscribe. And as always, happy shooting.